Hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here for this work with me to get your shit done session. It's going to be an hour long today. 45 minutes of that will be your work time. I'll start with a little bit of talking about executive functionings, in particular working memory today. And then we'll end with a little bit of reflection slash celebration for the hard work you put in. So you can work on whatever you want. I'm going to work on whatever I want. But the point of this call is to hold each other accountable. And we call that body doubling. So being in the same space. Allows us to hold ourselves more accountable because we are here doing this together. And so I'm glad you're here. And if you're watching the replay, I recommend you just watch it through like it was live and get your work done during that time and then do the reflection. So, today, to remind you, executive function skills are mental processes that enable us to plan, focus our attention, remember instructions or steps, and juggle multiple tasks successfully. This list is super important, right? This kind of guides like our energy and how we show up in our work. So the executive functioning and working memory is happening here in your prefrontal cortex. Okay. And to remind you, the 6 areas that we're going to be covering across the weeks in these calls are here. Okay. But today we're going to talk about working memory. So you can think about your working memory as a sticky note. Okay. It only holds a few items. So write things down to free up space and stay focused. Okay. If you could see my desk right now, I've got sticky notes, I've got so much going on, and I'm trying to clean it each day, but um, start fresh and clean. But right now, it's kind of everything everywhere. And that's because I want to capture these ideas. I want to write them down. Otherwise, my front brain can't hold them all. I watched a video. I'll try to remember to link it in this post, but if I forget, ask me in the comments. Um, but she explains how working memory works, and she kind of puts 4 boxes in front of the front part of the brain. And you remember step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then she talks about how if you have ADHD, you actually only have 3 boxes. And so number 4, the final step, goes back and replaces whatever was in the first box. And so that is a visual way to think about how we can only hold a very few things at one time in this part of our brain. Okay. So it's a mental scratch pad. It's like what you're doing in the moment. Okay. It only holds a few pieces of information, and it's used for tracking steps, keeping focused, remembering what you were doing after interruptions. Okay. And this is super important to understand because we can help unload our working memory before we go and do some deep work like we're going to do now. So you need to understand that this overloads fast. Therefore, we need to write stuff down. When it's overloaded, you're going to feel scattered or stuck. So if you feel like that, it might be because your working memory is overloaded. It makes it hard for you to actually finish things because, like I said, step 4 is like forgotten, or step 4 replaces step 1, and step 1 initiation is really hard to do at that point. Okay, it helps explain why multitasking doesn't work. You can't actually multitask. You've only got so much working memory. So signs that your working memory is overloaded. If you're always forgetting the next step, your working memory might be overloaded. If you're task switching, oh, now I'm doing this for 10 minutes. Oh, the phone rang. Oh, I'm checking my numbers on Amazon, right? If you're losing momentum, if you're like your energy is changing and you can't keep up that excitement or momentum that you had, if you're feeling busy but not productive, this is a really good one to do some reflection on. Are you good busy, I like to call it, meaning you've got things scheduled intentionally and therefore you're being hyper productive during those times? Or do you feel like you always have all your time filled, but you never get anything done? So if you do feel like that, your working memory might be overloaded. Okay. Obviously, it's not the only thing, but it's really important to understand. So, what I want you to do, as we are going to go off and work together here for the next 45, 50 minutes, is dump all of your distracting thoughts. Dump it all. Dump your tasks. On my planner here, I have a brain dump. The very first thing I fill out. Dump your tasks. Okay, write them all down. It's really, really important. As they come to mind later, write them down. You can see I have all kinds of ideas. And then that led to a little bit of planning out, build it ideas, post ideas. And my premium is actually my school where I ended up like really doing a lot of dumping. So dump it out and then decide what one task you're going to do for the next 50 minutes. Okay, we're going to have about 50 minutes together. And then list the 3 steps you're going to take. We're going to set a timer. I'll set it for you. I've got Relax Spring FM still going, but I'll reset this into a creative or focus state on demand. I wish I could share it with you, but it's a paid subscription, and so I don't have the licensing rights to share the music while we work together. That's a dream of mine, to be able to work with Brain FM to get to share their music while we do sessions like this, but not there yet. Everyone has to start somewhere. And then you're going to get started with 1 step. Okay, so to recap, we're focusing on our working memory. And we know that that's a scratch pad. It's where it holds a few pieces of information that keep us focused, know what to do after interruptions, and step by step, really, of like your present state. And this overloads fast. And so you need to support it by dumping your distracting thoughts, writing 1 task that you're going to be doing the next 45, 50 minutes, listing the 3 steps, setting the timer. If you want to set your own, that's great. Start with 1 step. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And that means I'm back over here. Hey, Taiba. How are you? I was just sharing my screen so I couldn't see you. Hi. You're muted.
Okay.
Hi.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see
This is
you.
great. Like this is like so much great information, and I feel like this is all really resonate with me. So it's
Wonderful.
amazing. So I should follow
Good.
this.
Good. I'm glad you caught it. So we're
Yeah.
gonna we're gonna go into work time now. Do you have something you want to work on? I can tell you what I'm gonna work
Um,
on, and then you can tell me if you know what you're gonna work on.
yes, so I am planning an online summit. So I'm working on GPT just to streamline how do I go about it, the topic, and all those fun stuff. So this is what I'm going to work on.
Oh, you're gonna have a fun 45 minutes. That sounds amazing. Awesome. Okay. What I'm gonna work on is my big journal sale that I made. So I got all the addresses and
Okay.
names. One gal bought 209 journals and she's
Oh,
sending them
that's
out
amazing.
to people for Christmas. And so now I've got to upload the file. And my deadline is Friday. So I'm going to start that now because you don't know what you don't know with Amazon until you start
I know. Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
for sure. Yes,
So that's a huge celebration. So I'm excited
yes,
to dive into that in the next 45
yes.
minutes too. And then I plan on recording me actually uploading it and everything in there into multi-channel fulfillment. That way people watching this and people in the group can learn how to put those kinds of bulk orders in as well. Because I
Mm.
know a lot of journal creators are interested in more wholesale, like selling
Right, right,
outside of Amazon, but using
right,
Amazon as our fulfillment center, like letting
right.
them do all the shipping and stuff, but we sell them, outside of Amazon as well. So that's what I'm going to work on.
That's great. I just missed the first session of the ads one. So like, but again, never mind. When I get there, I'll
Yep,
talk to you.
you're fine. Focus on your summit, right?
Yes,
So what we're
yes.
going to do now is, if you haven't already, dump your ideas down, okay? Just on a piece of paper and a journal. Get everything out of your brain. Choose your
I
one thing that
know.
you're going to do with the with Chat GPT in your summit. Don't let chat like distract you and take you away.
Yes, yes. I know. Yeah, that's my thing. Everything is in my head. I should start writing that. And I saw your post yesterday to like when you going through the trainings or whatnot, you should write it down because
Yes.
you're so right.
You have
You
to.
forget.
You
Yes.
really have to because you really forget. And even if you never look at those notes again, the process of writing it down is like fireworks in your brain.
Mm,
Like literally just watching it and even typing it, your brain only takes in so much. But
mm,
the connection between the hand and brain
mm.
actually makes the brain remember that better. It makes it like a thicker pathway.
Right, right,
So
right.
even if you don't ever use those notes again, it still helps you to take physical notes as you
Right.
go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good tip. I always keep in my head everything,
Yeah.
which is not
And
good.
you don't because you got this working memory and
I
it
know.
helps you in the short term or long term. And
I
so
know. I know.
we can't. We literally can't, right? Some people there's
Yeah.
a spectrum, but yeah. Okay, so we'll come back together at the end.
Okay.
It, and like so I'm gonna set a timer here.
Okay.
Um and I'm gonna so it's 10:43. So if we want the call will end at 11:30. So 11:20. So 15 plus 20 minutes, 35 minutes. We're gonna work, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna set this timer for 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I am recording, so that's good.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to leave this recording because I'm not sure if school, like I can stop it and start it again. But I'll probably just mute and turn off my screen, and then
Okay.
you're
Yes.
welcome to do the same. And
Yes.
then I'll come back on in about 35 minutes, and
Okay.
we'll reflect on how we did. Sound good?
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Okay. Get lots done. Do that brain
Yes.
dump first.
Yes. Yes.
Let me
Yes.
see your notepad. Do you have paper and pencil?
Should I do a notepad? Like because I'm working on GPT. No?
Well, you can if you want. You could take some notes of what you do because I tend to, when I work with ChatGPT, it's a lot, right? And you're like, I
Yes.
love that idea, but then he goes off some other way. So
Yes.
you could also write some things down that you
Okay.
want to kind of hold on to that you can then tell ChatGPT, um, these are my 5 top things you've told me, right? And
Yes.
then go from there. So if you
Okay.
want.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let's
We'll
work
see you in
it
a
out.
little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, hello. That was our work time. Try to finish up what you were doing. We'll come back together and reflect a little bit.
Hey, yes, so
Hello.
I didn't write it down, but I worked on the GPT just to obviously the streamline all what the summit would be, and yeah, the graphics and the options and speakers and everything. So yeah, I did a
Did it go
lot
well? Did
done.
you get a lot of progress?
Yes, yes, I did. Yes.
Good, good.
This is helpful, like to keep accountable, like, otherwise I would
Mhm.
be like, okay, let's do it a little
I'm gonna go do
later.
something else. That's why I want to do it too. I'm like, I need this too. So I appreciate you being here. And so, did you one tip with ChatGPT is to go over to the left side and name that thread,
Okay.
change the name, rename it. I think it says it on the three dots next to the thread.
Yes. Yes.
Rename it to Summit, or I often put like a star and then the name. So
Okay.
that way you can go back to that thread because that's the danger if you don't write anything down about your plan and
I
then you don't ever
know.
go back to that thread and then you kind of start all over because chat remembers some of it but not all of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I
Yeah,
like to
like
retain
that's so true. There's so many chats, it's so hard to find like what
so
you have
many.
worked
So if you
for.
rename it AI Summit or whatever Summit, and then
Mm,
when you go next time to get back to it, you go up to the search and you just put in Summit,
mm,
it will come up. The other thing I've started doing is making projects. So in
mm.
ChatGPT, you can
Yes.
make a project. You can
Yes.
make a folder. It's just a folder, and it
Yes.
would say Summit. And then every time you want to go work on the summit, you click on that folder, and it will show you all your threads.
Right, 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 right. Okay, yeah, yeah, I can do that. That's a good idea. I have created projects in the past, but I should do it for the summit as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think you
mhm.
should. I just did one today. I was like, why am I not doing this as a project? And I also created a folder today called Rewrite because I
Okay.
often just ask random rewrite of things,
Yes,
chat to
yes,
rewrite things so I can just put down my notes and chat writes it for me.
right.
So that's like a lot of threads. So I made
I
a
know.
folder that's just called
Yeah,
rewrites. So it's the
yeah,
randomest stuff that I never want to go back to, but at
yeah.
least it's not like in my long
Yeah,
thread.
otherwise it will just look too messy and too much on the side, like too many threads, and just it
I
makes it
know.
more confusing. Like, where do I find what?
It makes
So
it very
that's a
overwhelming.
good.
So starting to use the folders is really
Mm,
helpful. That's like Canva too. My Canva is a mess. Like I need to have folders
I
in
know.
Canva too.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah. So for me, it was really good that I got started today because there's so much that I didn't know. So I found out that they can do packaging that's not Amazon, which is kind of cool. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
neutral packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it will still be fulfilled by Amazon, but that's actually their default. And then
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
they're really promoting, they want you to connect your Shopify, your Walmart, your different e-commerce stores
Okay.
and use multi-channel fulfillment. So they have the
Oh,
neutral
I
packaging.
I have Shopify, so like
So you can
yeah,
connect your Shopify to
Shopify.
Amazon directly and they'll fulfill it for your Shopify through your
Oh,
Shopify.
so I sell on Shopify and the Amazon will fulfill it. Oh, that's so
Yep.
cool.
And
That's so
neutral
cool.
packaging. That's so great, right? And it's so I also looked up prices.
Mhm.
And for so you need to know your size of your journal, your weight of your journal, and then if I buy four or more at the same time,
Mm,
it's going to be $5.58 per journal.
mm-hmm.
I don't have to pay any FBA fees. I don't have to pay any ads.
Oh,
It's just 5.58 per journal. So that helps you price your item too. Like, so if you know your
yes.
Shopify fees, and
Yeah.
then you would know that fee over on Amazon on multi-channel fulfillment. And then so
Yes.
I'm selling them for $15 each, which is really
Yeah.
cheap. It's more like
Yeah.
wholesale because I'm selling 209 together.
Right,
So
right.
$15, $5.58 is going to go to shipping and fulfillment. So that brings me down to $9.50. Cost $4 landed. So I'm at $5 profit times
Which is good.
209 journals. Let's see what
Which
that
is
is.
good.
Times 209, which is 1,045 profit.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you
the
find that
ads,
your spiral is selling better than the
not
binding?
yet. It's barely ranking. I don't even, I've got Vine claims, but it's not even available to get them fast shipping yet. So I have no reviews. So I'm still in like, it takes a lot longer than you would think when they land and get to Amazon. A lot longer.
Yeah, yeah, because then I was thinking when I do mine, should I do both option, the spiral one and non-spiral one?
You'll
Like,
have to choose. They will have a different price because you'll be buying less of each, or if you don't, right? So, like, if you want 1,000 pieces of the hardbound and 1,000 pieces of the spiral, but if you want 1,000 pieces combined, it's only 500 you're charged for here and 500 you're
yeah,
charged for
yeah,
here. So I just bought 500 to refill my gray.
yeah.
And it cost me more than when a year ago I bought 1,500 of the three colors
Right, right,
per
right.
piece because I only bought 500 per piece.
Yeah, but for
300 piece.
testing, like instead of just ordering like in bulk of thousand, so is for testing, even if it costs little more,
Mhm.
it's better to, I think, to do both in it's a small quantity. Like, what do you think?
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying. That's why I only did 500. So
Yeah.
if these 500 continue to move at the pace that when I hit my peak, um, which was $3,000 in 30-day revenue. So
Mm-hmm.
if I can get these grays to sell $5,000 of revenue in 30 days, as soon as I hit that number, I'm going to put in my reorder and I'll order 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I only ordered 500 because I wanted to also order 500 journal
Right.
spirals. And I also wanted to I ordered
Yeah.
1,000 of these, but it's really 500 products because there's a 2-pack.
Right, right, right.
So that's why I didn't buy 1,000 of the gray right off the bat because I
Yeah.
needed budget to buy the 2 new products.
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And did you find the Black Friday was like good for the
I
sale?
did better on Thanksgiving than actual Black Friday. So Black Friday is expensive to buy into, and so I didn't officially buy into it. I put a discount, I put a coupon on my products.
Okay.
But it's crazy hard to compete on that day.
Okay.
So I've sold $260 of products on my coupon from the day before day before Black Friday to yesterday it ended through Cyber Monday. Um, so I think that's a win. But my my ranking's really low right now because I had to slow it down because I was getting low on stock. So I hit my peak and then I suddenly had to slow it down to get my
Oh,
new stock in. So my goal is this next round to be able to hit the peak, order the next stock, and continue at the peak versus having to slow things down again.
right, 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 right. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm so glad that you came and worked with me today.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do
I'll
these
make a point to come more often and just
okay,
like work. It helps. So yeah.
good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it helped. It helped me too. So thank you for being here, being
Good.
present, and getting your work done with me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
see ya. Have a good rest of
Okay.
your day.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.